behavioral health interventions.
For over 15 years, Integrated Life Choices has empowered individuals with disabilities in Lincoln and throughout Nebraska. They provide comprehensive services from group homes and independent living services to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve. Now, they're inviting you to join their mission. If you're passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives.
Everyone should have a collection of something. For some, it's stamps or coins, expensive cars, or even watches. But for a lot of people, it's sports cards. And there's no better way to grow your collection than with the help of Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's first and only collector-first sports cards and memorabilia shop. Capital City Sports Cards connects collectors of all ages and demographics with unique collectibles sure to bring any collection to life, no matter the budget. Visit Capital City Sports Cards near 56th and Old Cheney or through their eBay storefront. Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's premier sports card and memorabilia store.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Hey, Nebraska football fans, it's defensive lineman Ty Robinson, and I've got a winning play for you with Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical. Team up with Action and install a new Bradford white water heater in your home. And if we win the conference championship this season, you'll get a full refund. Don't fumble this opportunity. Sack your old water heater this season and score big with Action. Visit actionlincoln.com/Huskers to learn more.
Promotion valid for a limited time. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
At Doane University, we build leaders, and that means your success and achievements come first.
At Doane University, your future is uniquely yours, and our world-class liberal arts education is just the beginning.
We invite you to schedule your campus visit and experience why Doane University will start you on your journey to your future career.
Learn more by scheduling your personal campus visit today at doane.edu/visit. See you soon.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
The next generation of Huskers starts now. Join the official Kids Club of Nebraska Athletics today to score access to select home games, a discount at the team store, and endless Husker spirit. The free JV team gets you started with a game credential. Upgrade to the $35 Lil Huskers membership for a welcome box and VIP Lil Huskers experiences. Fuel your Husker spirit. Join the Kids Club today at huskers.com/kidsclub. Go Big Red. Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. 93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Alcohol has strained our relationship. Drinking too much can cause harm to friends, family members, and loved ones. By drinking less, we will save our relationship. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
On the Block with Strick and Austin.
If it was the Big Ten and the SEC and the Big 12 and the ACC's idea to kick back to grow the game at lower levels, we wouldn't have these conversations. Right. But because the NCAA is asking them to do that, it feels like they're getting their wallet stolen, money taken out of it, and it's not their idea, so they're against it.
Yeah.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Welcome to The Drive with AD Raff and Ahman Green. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska East sports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Brought to you by Sand Hills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is Friday. We are back. The boys are back in town. We got Nick holding down the ones and twos. Actually, all of us are not back yet. We got Rafferty holding down in K-Town.
Good morning.
Who is back from Indy? Raff, what's going on, my man?
Not too much. I'm excited. Big day today in Lincoln Town.
Why is that?
Dylan Raiola has called the fans to arms to come on down at 5:15 tonight and greet David Sanders. I mean,
Rafferty, are you going to drive back and join?
If I didn't have to work tonight, I'd be down there. I'd be one of the 25,000 strong down there tonight.
He needs to get back to civilization really quick, dog.
Hey, Raff, you know, I had the least surprise in my mind when I walked in and AD goes, "Hey, you got to send Raff a link." And I go, okay. Some things never change.
You knew this was happening. You knew I was out in Kearney working.
I did not. No, I did not, because I did not receive a single text from you all day, all week.
You know the way I start my morning off is this. There's no riffraff at Nikki Blaze, just Nick Sainert and Jake Sorensen and Brad Nessler and Todd Blackledge, and
there's
no
neat.
riffraff, pun intended. What a way to start my morning.
It was pretty neat.
Simple looked at me a little odd, so I was like, I got to say pun intended. He loved it.
Yeah, it was pretty neat.
Nick,
in there.
We got to look at Rico.
What is Rico doing?
He's just glad people are back here, man.
Yeah, people. Bella's excited that
Bella's
people are
excited.
back.
Yeah.
Rico's happy that folks are back. So, yeah, it was probably quiet. It was probably a little quiet around the station the last couple of days.
Rico called me his little brown bear this morning, little sugar bear.
Oh, really?
Oh,
interesting.
I'm getting up at 4:30 Monday morning so I can be in studio on Monday.
Good. Thank you. That's commitment. That's buy-in.
AD, don't lie to the people. I called you my little snuffleupagus.
Oh, Snuffy.
Because you got the same nose as him.
Oh, man.
He must have encouraged Coach Brown to say that about me. Coach Brown always goes, AD, keep your nose out my business. My little snuffleupagus. Hello, bird.
No, it was extremely quiet around here the last 3 days.
So, Rico, okay, so when everybody was out, would you guys just, because Naya was like that, she goes, man, it is a ghost town at the station. So where's breaks, when you were here manning it, would you just like switch the buttons in and out and just kind of just do your thing?
Yeah, like we're switching in and out. We're making sure that they're still on air, watching the cameras, making sure all that's good. Texting Jake and Nick and bothering them, saying like, "Hey, this needs to be fixed. Hey, this needs to be fixed." Because they're doing their own thing out there, so we got to keep them on top of it. And then when the interviews are going on, it's like running back and forth. It's like a war room in here, because I'm sitting here running the board, watching the interview, listening to the interview. Something happens. I run out here. I go, Sarah, I need you to cut that. Then the next question comes up. I'm like, hey, Bach, pay attention to that. He's putting the long forms together. Oh, when Austin came in, I'm like, hey, Austin, can you cut that? I'm cutting clips while I'm sitting here. Like it's just a war room running back and forth and in and out. Like that was a really good answer. How do we want to phrase this? What do we want to do here? And it was nonstop that second day when they decided to have all of their interviews
within like 2 minutes of each other.
Hey, I want to say this though to Rico, to the team that was here, Ben, Harrison, Bach, Naya, of course, and, Bella, the whole team. I hope I didn't miss anybody's name. The whole team, you guys, well done. Well done on keep, because those clips were ready to roll. Because I was listening while I was working late in the day. I'm like, man, they got those clips out there soon. And I want to say to the whole team that went out there to Indy, obviously Nick. I mean, awesome job. Jake, Sip, Chancellor, DP, Jay, Adam, AG. You guys absolutely killed it out there.
Thank you.
And I mean that. It was a great time to listen. It was a nice respite for me too to wake up.
Yeah.
Do my workout in the morning instead of later in the day, at least part of it, and then come to the office and just listen to you guys. I mean, and literally, I'm not just blowing smoke, you guys. You guys did a hell of a job.
Thank you.
In getting the interviews you had to, great questions, prep, but just the whole team, you guys. I mean, it was well done, man.
I mean, Jake could have done more, but yeah, it was great. They did a nice job.
I agree.
Yeah.
I feel like
we
drove a little longer.
Yeah, I feel like he was sandbagging it a little bit. I saw Nick and DP and Chancellor, AG, Jay, Carricker. They were working extremely. You see the sweat coming off their brow, and Jake's just sitting there. Looks like he just got his makeup done. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I thought we were going to get back today, and Rico was going to say, "Yeah, I taught Naya and everybody how to play EA Sports 25 because it was so slow in the studio."
I was very close to bringing the PS5 in, but I didn't because this is still a place of business.
Well, you guys were on your toes too, man. When you weren't, like I said, you had to be dialed in.
Hey.
But you guys,
first time for everything.
Nick, I want to hear this, man. How cool was it when you guys seen Blackledge and all those guys come down to Nicky Blaze?
Here's the thing. So great spot.
Tell them who you met first.
Great recommendation.
Absolutely, man.
Great
Glad
recommendation.
Glad you guys went.
We ended up, so we scootered down there after St. Elmo's.
Scooters.
We did
Scooters after steaks.
Scooters after
St.
steaks.
Elmo's is amazing.
Oh, St. Elmo's was incredible.
Yes, expensive but very good.
Yeah. That's one of those where you just don't look at the bill. You just hand the card.
You hit all 3 S's: steaks, scooters, and sticks.
Yep, there you go. Stogies. Let's say stogies. Anyway, but no. We went down to Nicky Blaine's. Great spot. Cool little area of town too.
Yes.
And so then you like walk down the stairs.
Yes.
It's almost like the speakeasy vibe where you walk down the stairs.
Mini leather chairs.
Yes.
Secret.
Yes. And yeah. It's good. Thankfully, I knew the password. But no, you walk in or whatever, and they seat you at a place. And so Jake and I sit down, we get a couple of drinks, and then we got our sticks. And less than 10 minutes later, Todd Blackledge rolls in with a couple of his buddies from NBC. And we're like, oh, that's pretty cool. We just saw Todd at St. Elmo's. He sat at the table behind us. Kurt Cignetti, the Indiana head coach, came up and went and talked to Todd Blackledge right behind us.
Wow.
And so then we were making the jokes of Ohio State sucks, Purdue sucks, and Indiana or Illinois sucks and stuff. That he said at Assembly Hall. But so then we ended up going to, like I said, Todd Blackledge comes in, and then a couple of minutes later, Matt Castle. And he's like, Matt. And then he introduces him. And the only reason we knew this was because the lights are dimmer in there. The only reason we knew this was because he goes, yeah, that's the former NFL quarterback, former USC guy. He's one of our studio broadcasters this year for NBC.
Former Patriot,
former Chief. I remember him on the Chiefs. I went to the first couple of games I went to Arrowhead. It was when
he's a tall dude.
It was when Matt Castle was their quarterback.
Chiefs paid him a whole bunch of money after he led the Patriots not to the playoffs after Brady tore his ACL.
Yeah, 6 years, $63 million.
Yeah, it's a lot of
from
money.
The Chiefs. So anyway, so then he walks in, and then all of a sudden, about 5 minutes later, this guy comes in and he goes, "Hey, Todd."
You just heard the voice.
And he introduces himself to somebody. I think it was to Matt, and he goes, "Hey, Matt, I'm Brad Nessler." And it was the voice.
You were like, wait a minute.
The look that Jake and I gave each other, it was incredible because Jake and I go, "Oh my gosh!" And Jake goes, "That's Brad Nessler." And I was just like,
not Todd, not Matt.
No,
Brad. Brad's the one that did it.
And we were within, less than 10 yards from there. They were at the table and the couches next to us. And so, and it's a quieter place in there. So you could hear conversations. And Brad's talking about Iron Bowls, and they were mad that they got replaced on an Iron Bowl with a Oregon State game. And like they were talking about like just some of their favorite games that they've called just amongst themselves.
Yeah.
And Jake and I are sitting there going, this is amazing. I mean, it was so much fun. And
well,
so
Nick has the footage. You recorded the conversation. Let's
yeah,
play
I do.
it.
I do. Yeah.
Nick just put the phone down and he just goes, all right.
Yeah. Can you speak up a little bit louder, please?
You're like, sir, why are you putting
content this week?
They're like, sir, why are you putting your phone there? This is my table. I don't
No, but it was funny because Brad Nessler specifically talked about one Iron Bowl. And as soon as he started the story, Jake looks at me and goes, I remember that game. I remember that game. And stuff. So it was pretty surreal. It was really cool. And so before we left, Jake was like, Nick, you got to ask him for a picture. You got to ask him to take a picture with all of us. So I went up there and I was like, sorry to interrupt you guys. I don't want to take much of your time. Can we just grab a quick picture? We do sports radio in Lincoln, Nebraska. And Matt Castle goes, Dylan bleeping Raiola. Let's go, baby.
So Matt
QB1.
so that was Matt Castle, and then Brad Nessler gave us a bro hug, and that's all she wrote.
You bro hug Brad Nessler?
We bro. I don't know if Jake did, but I bro hugged Brad Nessler. So yeah, so it was pretty remarkable stuff. It was really cool. So there you have it.
Look at Jake's face.
He bro hugged him. I bro hugged him. I hugged him. Jake's like, I bro hugged him too. I bro hugged him too.
Don't you come in and hug Brad Nessler.
Oh, it was incredible. But the best part was just at the end. We were just like, yeah, we do sports radio. We're here for Big Ten Media Days. And Matt Castle just goes, as he's shaking the hands, he goes, Dylan bleeping Raiola, baby. Let's go. I was like, yep, let's hope it goes well.
So did you get Matt Castle's number? We're going to have him on at some point on a happy hour.
Nope. So it was a good time. I mean, but it's just bizarre, obviously, because I mean, we saw, like I said, Todd Blackledge, and he's really good at his job. You know, he got taken away from ESPN and NBC, and it was really good. But man, when Brad Nessler walked through that door, we didn't know it was him because he was shorter, and we didn't see him being that, short of stature. So
okay, you hear it. Just hearing his voice makes you want to pick up like a joystick.
Gosh.
When you're about to watch a game.
100. You're just like, all right.
I
time to get it on.
Well, I thought about getting a clip of Brad Nessler calling a game. Just so people knew, all right, this is who he is.
This is the voice.
I don't know if
we got to find something.
I can find it in the break. I'll give it to you.
We got to get after our next break. We're gonna have a clip. Okay, we can find some Brad Nessler clips, man. I'd love that.
Yeah, go ahead.
That.
Let's do that.
Because we're assuming, which we shouldn't, that everyone knows who Brad Nessler is. But once you hear this voice, to those who don't, I'm sure a lot of you do.
90% of them.
But the ones who don't, when you hear this voice, you're like, oh man, you'll recognize. That's how patent and how his voice is. I mean, you know it. It's kind of like to get ready to rumble and in boxing. It's like I know that guy's voice. So, folks, when we come back again, we got Raff and K-Town holding it down. We got Nick back here on the 1 and 2s. The whole team is safely back, thank God, from Indy. They had a great time there. Again, big shout out to the entire team, the travel team, travel squad, and those who kept the mothership going while they were gone as well. Have some guests when we come back. We've got a lot of sports to discuss to catch up with on this Friday, the last Friday of July.
Already?
Goodness gracious. Yes,
My
it is.
goodness.
Man. Last Friday of July. We'll be right back, folks. It's The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in July. Try any of their delicious breakfast burritos or sandwiches for a great summer breakfast with the family. And don't forget, 10% of all Karma Latte sales go to the Pediatric Cancer Action Network. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
At Doane University, we build leaders. and that means your success and achievements come first.
At Doane University, your future is uniquely yours, and our world-class liberal arts education is just the beginning.
We invite you to schedule your campus visit and experience why Doane University will start you on your journey to your future career.
Learn more by scheduling your personal campus visit today at doane.edu/visit. See you soon.
Hey, Nebraska football fans, it's defensive lineman Ty Robinson, and I've got a winning play for you with Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical. Team up with Action and install a new Bradford white water heater in your home. And if we win the conference championship this season, you'll get a full refund. Don't fumble this opportunity. Sack your old water heater this season and score big with Action. Visit actionlincoln.com/Huskers to learn more.
Promotion valid for a limited time. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
The next generation of Huskers starts now. Join the official Kids Club of Nebraska Athletics today to score access to select home games, a discount at the team store, and endless Husker spirit. The free JV team gets you started with a game credential. Upgrade to the $35 Lil Huskers membership for a welcome box and VIP Lil Huskers experiences. Fuel your Husker spirit. Join the Kids Club today at huskers.com/kidsclub. Go Big Red.
Are you tired of the same old entertainment options? How about something that's truly fun for both kids and adults? Nebraska Knockerball, the new place to go for your private and corporate parties. Step inside one of their inflatable spears and let out stress in a healthy form of exercise. Or try the human foosball, foot darts, yard pong, giant beer pong, basketball Connect 4, and much more. Nebraska Knockerball, specializing in physical, engaging fun. Call Nebraska Knockerball today at 402-460-8724 to learn more or book a reservation now. Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl, Jordan, with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Let's talk commitment. And what better way to do that than with some shiny, sparkly jewelry? Am I right? Now, I'm not suggesting you have to rush, but if you're considering making a significant move, do your planning. We offer financing and payment plans. Lock down your selection with confidence. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Play ball! Looking for the ultimate change-up from the typical family night? How about a Grand Slam good time with friends and coworkers? Then unleash the fun at Haymarket Park with an action-packed, thrilling season of Salt Dogs baseball. Choose from 50 home games now through August with daily and weekly specials your whole pack can enjoy, including group discounts. Don't miss out on the magic and the excitement. Strike three, you're out! Visit saltdogs.com to reserve your tickets today. Unleash the fun.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back. It is Friday, the last Friday of July. I mean, you know what's crazy, Nick, is when you're starting to see You've already started seeing it, but even more now, the back to school specials as far as in stores, book supplies, etc. You have some kids bemoaning it. You have parents going, it can't come fast enough. I think about this time of years where parents about ready to seriously to catch a case over their kids because they're like, you know what? You know what? I'm going to jail or you're going to school. There's a chance because you're getting on my last nerves. You know what I'm saying? On my last nerve up in here.
My mom and dad never experienced that. I was the perfect child. They're the ones telling me to come inside. They said, Nick, you've been spending too much time outside.
And they call me the humble one.
Yeah.
You know, Raff, I think Nick's parents would give a different description of the childhood growing up.
There's probably a chance.
Yeah, I think they probably would. Raff, we got some great guests this morning. We got the No Coast Roller Derby girls in the house. We got Bad Brenda and M Forster. I want to say that again. M as in Michael, as in as in Maniac on the rank too. Yeah. We got Brad Brenda and M Forster here. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Tell us something good.
Tomorrow we have a game.
Tomorrow you have a game.
This one's a bit different. We're playing each other an inter-squad scrimmage.
Mm-hmm.
We'll start calling it. This one's for fundraising for our league because there's a lot of costs that go into funding a roller derby league.
Mm-hmm.
And so this all goes back to our league and handling rent, handling travel, handling stuff upcoming for the next season. We call this our throwback mixer. We're bringing back home teams of No Coast Roller Derby, formerly No Coast Derby girls, if you ever saw them at a game in Pershing. So what it'll look like is we'll kind of switch things up. People can pay to kind of flip the game and flip direction, put people in that don't usually go in. Some of our mulligans that we have on hand here, just a little bit to give you a taste. We have a backwards jam. Skaters will skate backwards. Things get kind of crazy and silly.
Okay, backwards jam. So are you skating fast backwards?
I mean, it starts off a slow pace, and then once people get out of the pack, they start really get it going.
Can I tell you a story, ladies? There was one time when at Holiday Skate North, Raff, you
remember the stories.
Yes, and this particular young lady I had was quite fond of asked me to slow dance skate, but she was going to skate backwards. If I could skate backwards, I could skate with her. I couldn't skate backwards, so a brother took his skates off and I walked backwards with her. But nevertheless, go on.
I'm sorry.
I
that
did.
Was adorable.
I'm not sure about adorable, but I did get those digits.
Hey, you gotta do. A couple.
So we walked backwards.
I walked backwards. Go ahead.
Fell a few times.
Please go ahead.
yeah. Please continue the story.
A couple more that we have that for the team. It makes a lot of fun. There's skaters that don't ever jam. So the jammers are the ones that have the star in the helmet. They're skating really fast around the track, scoring the points. We have a few skaters that absolutely refuse to do it when it comes to actual game time. But during this game, things kind of get switched up. People pay to put them in, and they're going in. So that's always a lot of fun.
And then you have and Raff, I'll let you go after this. You have the ladies and gents, what we have on here, they brought in an index card, basically a postcard which has all the different things they'll be doing at this inter-squad scrimmage tomorrow. And this one, the bada bing, if somebody pays you $4, I'm sorry, the bada boom.
Yeah.
It's a 2v2 blocker jam. Tell me more about the bada boom and they pay $4 to see that. Tell me about the bada boom.
So 2-blocker jam, that'll make things really interesting as you only have 2 blockers. Usually it's 4 blockers to go against. So it makes things kind of easier for the jammers, unless you have some really strong blockers out there. It's a 2v2 blocker jam. So it's things switched up there.
Wow.
How about the full throttle jam?
Oh,
5 buckaroos.
Hey, that's a big one for a jammer. That's an exhausting feat, my friend. So
2-minute jam.
You are jamming for 2 minutes. It's a full 2-minute jam game. So that's usually how long a jam would last if no one is lead jam to call it off.
Jeez.
So
2 minutes.
2 minutes, baby.
Skaters will hate you if you're buying that one.
Yeah,
it's
but
derby. It is derby hell.
But
AD, you want? I got 4. You got 4. Alone, we can get 8 full throttle jams.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. For sure, definitely do that. We won't love it. We have been working on endurance, but we won't love it. But
wow. Raff, go ahead, my man.
So you guys, tomorrow's the last home bout of the year, but you guys have had a pretty amazing year doing some traveling and stuff like that. Can you tell the listeners a little bit about the highlights of this year so far, and then what you guys are looking forward to next year? I'm sure you guys probably have some trips planned out or where you want to know. I mean, I know, like, for instance, Enforcer, I mean, you are, I'd say, 24/7 roller derby. I mean, you've got podcasts, you've got everything going there. So what are some of your goals that you have in store for the future?
I will say before I forget it completely, this is not our last home game. We actually have one more in August.
Oh, okay.
Our
Sorry about that.
No, you're okay. Our Road Warriors will be playing Kansas City, and then our A team, we're kind of doing an inter squad scrimmage.
In squad scrimmage.
And we'll be playing people from all over. It's kind of just the final hurrah, and then we'll go into the off season and whatnot. But for this last year, everything that we accomplished, oh my goodness, it has
So
been
much.
this year in comparison to last year, which was our first year back from COVID. This year has been insane with the amount of traveling that we've done,
Right.
the amount of planning that we've done, the amount of fundraising that we've done. Our A team had the privilege of going to WFTDA North American West Regional Playoffs in Mesa, Arizona back in June. And that was from personal experience. That was an amazing experience. You think of the top level athletes in roller derby, and they were all there. It was incredible to experience it. One with people that I've looked up to since I was a kid
Yeah.
that I now play with, and also with people that have never experienced that. A lot of I want to say over half of our team, that was their first playoffs experience, and so being able to go there for that was incredible. I say that was probably the highlight of this year. We did a lot of fundraising. Our Road Warriors came together and helped out the Mad Maxines with fundraising more than
Nice.
ever. I could never say thank you enough for all their help. Our board was tirelessly working this. It was insane, I will say. But yeah, No Coast this year did a lot of strides when it comes to coming back to the derby scene. As for next year, I mean, the competitive cycle is a 2-year cycle. So next year there will be no playoffs. It'll just be kind of like a gearing back into the season. We're still going to play competitively, but it won't be at that regional scale until 2026. So
You know, let me ask you this: looking at in you go to a tournament like that, and you're sometimes on a long bus trip to Fargo or small town in Kansas or Iowa, and there's other teams out there, but it's like, man, it's a long bus ride. There's so long. You get down to the doldrums of it, but then you go to a big place like Arizona, and you see people from all over the country in your sport. Does that give you a little motivation? Also, say, hey, what we're doing here is a pretty big deal.
Absolutely. I got to go to Arizona too. I did not get to skate, but I got to just get to see that high level of skating. And it really does reignite that kind of passion in you to keep pushing yourself to get to a higher level, but then also to just want to work with other people who are maybe struggling a little bit, that you want to also keep them going when you see the frustration. So it definitely keeps you going when things get rough and you don't want to keep doing it, or maybe you get injured and you're like, well, I'm over it, I'm done, and it keeps you going. So it was definitely a great experience overall.
I love it. I love it. Tell me, Raff, after this, I want you to go to have a few in here, man, as well.
Yep.
$50 is called the "Oh No You Didn't."
Oh
no, you didn't. Oh no, you didn't, Nick. Oh no, you didn't.
I did.
I did.
What is the "Oh No You Didn't" for $50?
Oh yeah. Oh no, you didn't. Will really switch up the game. That'll drop one team's score. So whoever you choose, Mary Kay Mafia or Gang Green, that'll drop their score to 0, and so they'd have to start from square one. But it doubles in price at the game's last 5 minutes. So in years prior, I want to say 2019, there was a point in the game. It was the second half, last 5-10 minutes. Both teams score. One team's score was dropped down to 0, and then the next team's score was dropped down to 0. And then they went into overtime, and it was kind of this back and forth. It really makes things interesting for the crowd. It makes things interesting for us. It's just a lot of fun.
It keeps it interesting.
Keeps it interesting.
That's like an Uno when you got to draw 5 cards
Oh
or
my
whatever it says.
God.
You're like, man, I'm back to square one again.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Rafferty.
So after the games, you guys do autographs and stuff like that for the kids in attendance and stuff like that. I mean, we got these names. I mean, we got Happy Kilmore, Frostbite, Rebus McIntyre. I mean, these are some of the people we need to get autographs from.
Yes. Tomorrow, actually, we will do. At the end of the game, we grab out some tables. People set up in a formation, and people go down the line, sign their cards. Some of our skaters still have trading cards from last year, posters and whatnot. You can sign anything, really. So, yeah, we'll have an autograph section after the game if you'd like to get an autograph from some of our skaters.
I love it.
And you're able to purchase tickets there at the Icebox Inn if they want to go out there tomorrow at 5?
Yes. Speaking of tickets, We have $16 for $16 for general admission, $18 for trackside, along with doors open at 4 p.m.
4 p.m.
So if you'd like to get in there early, you can, but the game won't start until 5. So
Icebox doors open at 4. Can purchase tickets at the merch area, correct? I'm
at
sorry.
the ticket booth.
At the ticket booth. And also, if folks want to follow you more on your social handles, tell us what those are too, please.
On Instagram, we are No Coast Roller Derby. On Facebook, we are No Coast Roller Derby. We do have a Twitter. It's No Coast No Mercy. Yeah, I highly encourage you to follow us on our socials. Following our socials really helps you keep up to date with everything that we're getting into. We will be getting into recruitment in October. So if you'd like to join our league, if you're interested in getting involved, no matter if it's just skating or just being a volunteer, being an official, we're always taking people. We always need help. Roller derby is a volunteer-run sport, and so we could always use the help. So yes.
Bad Brenda, any closing words?
Definitely come out tomorrow for our interleague scrimmage. You can pick up some throwback gear. We have a very limited supply. So yeah, if you want to be Team Gang Green or Mary Kay Mafia, wear your pinks and greens and come out and support us.
And I want to say those shirts, I have the one you have at Bad Brenda. They're soft too.
Oh yeah,
very cozy shirts.
Highest
as well.
quality.
Highest quality. I love it. I love it. Very.
Oh, you have a shirt?
I do. Yeah. Raff does too.
Oh, wow.
They're available for purchase tomorrow if you'd like one.
And to think that I was going to send in four full throttle jams.
We'll get you a shirt. We will bring you a shirt.
Nick has a way of pouting at times.
Just let me give you a purchase size.
He always goes, oh, Bad Brenda, that's interesting. I don't have a shirt.
Yeah. Oh, no, you didn't.
Bada boom.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Doors open tomorrow at 4 p.m. at the Icebox competition kicking off at 5. Go check out No Coast Roller Derby girls. I tell you what, you will not be disappointed, folks. Ladies, thanks again for coming in.
Thank you so
Appreciate it. Folks, we'll be right back. It's Friday. 93.7 The Ticket. Right back.
Get ready, Husker fans. The Big Red Preview is coming soon. Join us Saturday night, August 3rd, for an exclusive look at your Nebraska football team in action. Experience the excitement, the energy, the sights and sounds of a game day as the 2024 football season kicks off. Visit Huskers.com/tickets and bring your family, friends, and all your Big Red pride to Memorial Stadium Saturday night, August 3rd. That's Huskers.com/tickets. Brought to you by Husker Athletics and 1890 Nebraska. Winning tradition, future success.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
As a proud member of the Roofing and Solar Reform Alliance, Coalition Restoration stands out by providing thorough property assessments, personalized customer service, and top-notch craftsmanship. With years of experience in the industry, Coalition Restoration has built a notable reputation for having a team filled with skilled professionals and possessing the expertise to handle any roofing project, big or small. Visit their website today for a free roof assessment at www.coalitionrestoration.com or give them a call at 402-607-8186.
Join us on Monday, July 29th at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O to celebrate the company's 40th anniversary. Enjoy 40% off wings all day and your favorite sports talk hosts on air from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Come hang with us for the 40th anniversary party on Monday, July 29th at the 68th and O Buffalo Wings and Rings.
The 40th annual Cornhusker State Games has concluded, and it was another remarkable year. The Cornhusker State Games featured 70 sports for athletes of all ages and abilities with more than 7,000 participants. Check out results from all events at cornhuskerstategames.com, and remember, make plans to participate next year if you didn't this year, and especially if you did. Thanks again to our partners, Nebraska Orthopedic Center, Pepsi Cola, Nebraska Medical Association, and Farmers Mutual of Nebraska. Join us each Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon for Youth Football 101 with Tank Perry of the Nebraska Red Wolves of 7-on-7 football. The future of the sport depends on the foundation set at a young age. Hear those stories and more each Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
The next generation of Huskers starts now. Join the official Kids Club of Nebraska Athletics today to score access to select home games, a discount at the team store, and endless Husker spirit. The free JV team gets you started with a game credential. Upgrade to the $35 Lil Huskers membership for a welcome box and VIP Lil Huskers experiences. Fuel your Husker spirit. Join the Kids Club today at huskers.com/kidsclub. Go Big Red.
Play ball! Ready to unleash the fun with Salt Dogs Baseball? Join us at Haymarket Park for 50 action-packed games running through August. Stay ahead of the game by visiting saltdogs.com for updates on exciting promotions, giveaways, and events happening each week. Experience a change-up from your typical family night, or make it a Grand Slam good time with friends and coworkers.
Strike three, you're out.
Don't miss the fun happening all summer long. Visit saltdogs.com to get your tickets and unleash the fun.
Your business runs like a well-oiled machine. It's important that your actual machines do too. Stern is here to make sure you don't have to worry about that. They provide solutions for heavy equipment and automotive fuels, lubricants, and equipment guard options. And with Stern's commitment to customer service for the past 40 years, you know you have a partner to help support your operations for years to come. Contact Roger at Stern Company by calling 1-800-477-2744 or visit them online at stern.co. Stern Company, where problems meet solvers.
Are you tired of the same old entertainment options? How about something that's truly fun for both kids and adults? Nebraska Knockerball, the new place to go for your private and corporate parties. Step inside one of their inflatable spears and let out stress in a healthy form of exercise. Or try the human foosball, foot darts, yard pong, giant beer pong, basketball Connect 4, and much more. Nebraska Knockerball, specializing in physical, engaging fun. Call Nebraska Knockerball today at 402-460-8724 to learn more or book a reservation now.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Liberty Law Group is committed to the defense of liberty for those accused and the pursuit of justice for those injured. Liberty Law Group's relentless trial attorneys specialize in criminal defense and personal injury law. We believe in treating every client with respect, compassion, and understanding. We know that navigating the legal system is stressful and overwhelming, but Liberty Law Group will carry that burden for you. When you're facing legal issues, make the right call. 877-42-LIBERTY. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
On the Block with Strick and Austin.
If it was the Big Ten and the SEC and the Big 12 and the ACC's idea to kick back to grow the game at lower levels, we wouldn't have these conversations. Right. But because the NCAA is asking them to do that, it feels like they're getting their wallet stolen, money taken out of it, and it's not their idea, so they're against it.
Yeah. Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back in with you on this Friday. Nick's giggling at me a little bit because I had my cord tied up like I was.
Just it's tough. Hands don't work as well as they used to.
Oh no!
How much did you pay out last week in golf?
Come on. We do not support gambling.
It was not gambling; those were contributions.
They were.
Yeah, it wasn't gambling.
Yes,
It was contributions.
That's right. That's right.
Those were, man.
Yep.
Raff,
I wish Raff was there.
I recognize Nick in the and a lot of Venmos going out to a lot of golf people.
Actually, there wasn't a whole lot of Venmos. It was just a lot of cash.
Yeah, Nick is just paying people in advance.
Yeah. So I know I'm going to shoot a 93.
I'm owe you about what, $40, 45, 35 to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Raff, who's it brought to us by, my man?
All right, everybody. The second hour of The Drive is proudly sponsored by Doors Plus. If your garage door needs maintenance, you need an entirely new garage door, give Cameron Hall and his team a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus is locally owned and handles everything from residential or commercial garage doors, garage door openers, safety tune-ups, or custom design. Visit DoorsPlusLLC.com to learn more. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Well, we're going to get a lot more of this morning, Raff. Man, we got the man, the myth, the legend, a bad man up in this piece. Colby Coash, what's happening, brother?
Hey, good to see you. Thanks for having me. This is a lot of fun.
Absolutely, man. Colby, I got to say something right away. Raff, you don't know Colby. I mean, I know you've heard of him because when I was telling Raff, in fact, I sent this picture in our group thread to myself. Obviously, I'm on there. Raff is on there. Nick's on there. DF, Free Off is on there. And Jake, remember I text you guys the picture, the copy of this? I was on the deck having a stick. And I started his book. It's called Running Naked. Get your dirty minds out of the gutter, listeners. We don't recommend that or anything, but Running Naked, Surviving the Legacy of Family in Rural Nebraska by Colby Coash. Colby, I started this because I ordered it like when it came out, maybe a couple weeks before then. Remember I told you I got it. You've seen it. I started it that Thursday evening at about 7:30. I was on my deck until about 11:30. The next morning after the show, I went back home. I had some time between Zooms. I finished it. It's 255 pages. Well, 246 pages, not including about the author, which I read that part too. I couldn't put it down, bro.
Oh, that's nice to hear.
I mean that. And it's different because I know you. I know you a lot better now after reading this book. But before I even go there, bro, you've been in the weight room. I was looking at your arms last time. You've been lifting, dog.
I'm trying.
I seen the pythons in there.
I'm trying, brother.
Colby, where are you from? Tell us about that first.
Sure. So I grew up in Nebraska. I'm from Nebraska. I grew up in a real small community up in the Sandhills. It's called Bassett, Nebraska. When I grew up, there were 10 people in there. There were 10 people in my immediate family. And I always thought, wow, if our family left, it'd be an even thousand. But that's the community I grew up in. And it was a great place to grow up. But it's one of those things you don't appreciate it till you leave.
Right.
And that's a lot of what I wrote about in my book is that small town vibe and, what it's like to grow up there, what it's like to be a 80s kid and a 90s kid in a small community, because our experience was just different. And so I wanted to put some of those stories out there and kind of had a thread of running naked as the title indicates. And so we put that out there and it's had a really good reception so far. I appreciate you reading it.
So Running Naked. So I think about agriculture and, there's not a lot of black farmers in the state of Nebraska. I don't know of one, to be honest with you. And there could be some brothers out there. You never know.
There could be,
with some rims on the tractor. You never know. Some 84-inch rims and,
some
spinners on that joker, some switches. Boop, 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 boop. You never know. But Colby, my in-laws are from rural Nebraska. They're from Sumner, Nebraska. Shout out to Tubbs Pub and absolutely Beatty Family Farms out there, Hamlot. But my first farming experience was I did some power washing, and I'm sure I'm going to abbreviate the story. But one of my first relationships I had with my father-in-law, the first time I met him, he goes, "I want you to, here's some power washing," and he taught me how to power wash. Was telling me the best way to do it. I had to get all these hogs out, and you know the story how it goes. Get all these hogs out, and I got all the hogs out. I start power washing away. Well, I get hot, so I take the gloves off, no problem. I take this big, pullover he gave me. I took that off, no problem. These coveralls. and I start spraying. Well, I started spraying, but my mouth was open. You know what shot my mouth?
Yeah.
A big chunk of it.
Big old hog mess.
Yes, and I learned you never power wash with the mouth open. Keep your mouth closed. I didn't follow directions. Colby, you were you were born and raised in agriculture. Your family obviously had a fertilizer company. You guys were in touch with everybody throughout the community because they came to you for things. With that being said, though, how did you come with the title Running Naked?
Well, I don't want to give it away, but I ran pretty hard from my roots as an ag kid. I was so intent on getting out of that small town. I actually left high school a year early, came down here to the university. I tried to choose a path that was as far away from agriculture as I could find when I came here, because I just saw the path in front of me and I just knew it wasn't my path. But as I reflect on in the book, it's just all things kind of circle back. And so the running was just kind of a metaphor for everything I've done in my life, just running towards something, running away from something. The naked part refers to some notoriety I got when I came to the university in the early 90s.
Tell us about that.
You want to hear that?
I want to hear that story, because how the book starts off. And I was
who was your roommate?
What's
that? Oh, yeah, we're going to get that too, Raff. Oh, yeah. Raff says, I'm excited. Okay, that sounded a little weird when he said running naked. You said you're excited, but nevertheless. Get this man.
Buy the book.
Buy the book.
There's some photos in the book, but it's people looking for me naked in the book and be disappointed.
We're going streaky. Kobe, tell us about that, because when it starts off, I was like, okay, where's my man C? Because I call him CC. I was like, where's CC going with this? Tell us about that when the naked part. So as I said, I came down here trying to get away from agriculture. So what do? I enroll in the university. I go in the theater program. I'm going to be an actor. And I had some small success as a theater kid. And I had marched through 3 or 4 years as a student. And I was kind of halfway out, had senioritis. I was going to get out. And one day my professor comes to me and says, hey, we got a role in a play I want you to audition for. And I was like, I'm kind of focused on my last semester. I got plans after graduation. I'm not real interested in doing one more show. I had kind of been there, done that, is in my mind. I was running again, right? And he says, well, this is a show this is a part you could play. Only you. I only trust you. And I said, well, what's the play? And he said, well, it's called 6 Degrees of Separation was the play. Will Smith made it famous when he did a movie on it about that time. And the part was, we're going to need you, Colby, to be naked. And we're going to have you run across the stage. In the buff.
I got to wear white socks.
Oh, that's good.
Which was very specific in the script. White socks with black on the soles, because that's all this character wore. It was a male prostitute was the character. And I would run across the stage. I'd swear at one of the other actors. I'd stand there and yell at him and point at him and get in his face. And then I would storm off the other side of the stage. It was a very small part.
Wow.
But I was naked. And we had 350 people a night.
Oh, man.
Coming to see this show.
How many nights did it go?
2 weeks. So here's the funny part about this. So they had to get security for me. It got national attention. This is my first.
I remember that.
This was my first national attention story.
We were in school at that time, Raff.
Yeah, isn't like 96, right?
Yeah.
So it was a required activity for a lot of students to go see a play, and they had to exempt these students because nobody wanted to see Colby Koash naked. But I was
sold out shows for 2 weeks.
I was selling a lot of tickets, right? And my dad was wintering in Arizona at the time, and it was on the news down there. I mean, it was just getting all over, and I was kind of enjoying the attention, but it was pretty weird. But that just kind of became an illustration of everything that's happened in my life. It's just like jump into it, go 100%, take
your clothes off.
Your clothes off. So
Nick, don't show up Monday with naked, okay?
I won't. Yeah.
Only with a pair of socks.
So that's where the title came from.
I got socks on.
But I opened the book with that because I knew that'd get people's attention. But it it kind of just illustrated how far I was willing to go to differentiate myself. I would 300 people a night, let it all hang
Do you know
out.
a Brady Foster?
Yeah.
Someone says, "Did you run naked with Brady Foster?" Unknown texter.
I know a Brady. There's probably a lot of Brady Fosters.
You know, Colby, you mentioned leaving things. You were getting senioritis. You mentioned that. Well, you also got it when you were back in high school because you graduated a year early.
Yeah,
You were so desperate to get out of Bassett.
I was desperate. I was motivated. So I didn't even ask permission. What I did is, as a junior, I enrolled in college, but also enrolled in my senior year of high school at the university at the same time.
Wow.
So I took senior year classes, senior year high school classes, freshman level undergrad classes, kind of at the same time. And you probably couldn't do it today. The university kind of just let me. I don't know if I was 100% honest with them about my situation. My high school, they were pretty much said, "We see where you're headed. Why don't you just go?" I think my principal at the time, or the superintendent of the school, was pretty okay with me going. As I was telling you, this was 30 years ago this summer.
Wow.
My dad moved me down, and he dropped me off. And because I had only done 3 years of high school, I was 17, and they dumped me off at the dorms.
Raff, go ahead, my man.
So I have to ask, they dump you off the dorms. Did you get paired up with a pretty cool roommate?
Yeah. So here's the story, right? So I get dumped off at the dorms. I had plans to room with another kid that was an older than me that had also graduated, and he was coming down later. But I was assuming I was going to room with him. I go into Harper dorms. Maybe you remember that. It's still around, I think.
Harper Schramm Smith.
Harper Schramm Smith. I go up there, third floor, and I'm meeting people. By the way, there were a ton of Husker players up there. Like, I was a fish out of water. There was all these big guys, and they were all getting up early and going to practice. And
not a lot of black guys in Bassett, was it?
There was zero. Just so you know.
A lot of black Angus.
There were zero. But I get my key, kind of this emotional goodbye with my dad in the parking lot. I just carry up my stuff, I open the door, and there's Lawrence Phillips. And he's standing there. And I was like, wait, you don't look like this kid I was planning on rooming with. But I met him, we shook hands, and he was right there with me for a short time. And then he moved right next door. So we were just next door for my first year, but we were roommates for a while. We're certainly floor mates, but he was the first guy I walked in and met, and he had been there a while. He had moved in weeks before, and his stuff was everywhere.
You probably didn't say, "Pick this room up," did you?
Well, I was kind of looking around like, where do I put my stuff? He had kind of put a lay of the land out there and said, this is my space. So, but what I always tell, it's a fun story to tell, but what I always tell people is, he was just a scared kid from California.
Yeah.
I was a scared kid from the Sandhills. We actually had more in common at that early stage than people might think, because this was way before, he had become a starter. I think when he was in Nebraska, it was the first time he'd really been out of his environment.
Yeah, it was.
And although I wasn't that far from my small hometown, it was really foreign to me as well. I mean, I felt kind of worldly, but I was a kid. And we were both just kind of these lost teenagers for a while. And we kind of leaned on each other.
Colby, the reason why that story is so intriguing, and like I said, folks, I've known Colby for a lot of years. And when we were talking a couple of weeks back, I forgot about that. I was like, yeah, him and LP were. You look at, and it shows you in the turmoil that our country is in today. You get a white kid from Bassett, Nebraska, population 1,010. You get a black kid from some of the meanest streets of California to where there's millions, and you guys are in this small dorm room, and you had more in common, which you probably ever imagine.
Yeah, it was a trip. And we were both on very different paths academically. of course, he's going to practice every day. I'm trying to get my butt up to go to class and memorize lines for plays I think I want to be in. But at the end of the day, we were both just kind of these nervous little guy. You know, I was little. He was that he was a damn specimen. But like we kind of taught each other some things, you know, like Lawrence struggled fitting in. He struggled with little things that I took for granted.
Yeah.
You know, and I was lucky enough to have a car and he didn't. So
well, he didn't trust a lot of people either.
No, he didn't.
And for good reason.
Yeah. And you know, but you're kind of thrown into this situation where you kind of have to coexist. And so, you know, I would give him rides and we'd go to the grocery store together and things like that. And then, you know, as the semester progressed that fall, things really started to change for him. And I was happy to kind of ride his coattails for a while.
Yeah.
Or try to, you know, it's like this skinny little white kid in the background, you know, you know, but it was a lot of fun. I mean, it introduced me to we had a lot of players on our floor.
Yeah.
And it was a good time.
We got one here from the text line. It says Harper 8 here. Dustin, what's happening, buddy? He's in Lake Alfred, Florida. He goes, Harper 8 here. He was in Harper.
Harper 3, man.
Colby, you know, and obviously we don't dive into the deep parts of politics, but a lot of people know that you were a senator for a long time. In fact, you termed out. You've had a diverse career in politics and acting because people you've been in movies too.
Yeah.
Tell us about that, man.
Well, you know, it was interesting. When I got out of college and I had this acting degree, I didn't really know what to do with it. And my career path took a real right turn. And I did end up in politics. And then politics is what actually brought me back to film. And I did some film bills and things like that. And then tried to help the industry, the film industry for a while through legislation that I was doing. And then that got me in touch with all these directors that were doing kind of local films. So I was able to kind of string together some real low budget stuff that I'm not that proud of, but it's kind of fun to say you did. And then, you know, that laddered up into some really cool films that you can catch on your streaming services. And I met some great actors throughout my career. And so, you know, it was interesting when I was a young actor, you know, I'd go to an audition, it'd be me and like 50 other guys, you know, between the ages of 20 and 26 going for the same role. Now I'm almost 50. I'm going to these auditions. It's me and two other dudes going for the dad part, you know, or the boss, you know, and I played a cop more times than I can remember. So, you know, so I mean, I did some campy horror films that were kind of fun, but you know, I laddered up into some bigger films, and I got some stuff on the horizon too. It's really that people are gonna see. And this was always like, I can tell my dad, like, hey, you didn't waste that undergrad education you have to pay for.
Raff, go ahead, my man.
Who are some of the cooler actors that you've met?
So I met, if you ever seen the show Orange is the New Black?
I've heard of it. I haven't watched that one though.
Yeah. So
it was really popular about 3-4 years ago.
Yeah. It was
still
It was pretty good. So Taryn Manning was her name. She was in Hustle and Flow.
Okay. Yep. I know you're talking about.
She does a lot of stuff. And so one of the films I did a couple years ago was called It Snows All the Time. And I got to play her kind of ex-boyfriend, kind of like had kind of a cool scene where I was hitting on her and we got a little bit of a fight on screen. So that was kind of fun.
Senator Koash.
That was kind of fun. I'll tell you, my first big role was with Neil Patrick Harris.
Really?
Doogie. Yeah. And that was way back. I was actually in college. I got that role because I lied on my resume. I said I was of Eastern European descent because that's what they wanted for this period piece they were doing. And then they said, well, we need somebody to get in this fight scene. And I'd taken a stage combat class.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I could stage fight. And so they put me in this scene with Doogie Howser where I could, we had a fist fight, you know, and this was,
Did you beat that tail?
I beat him. Yeah. You know, I beat him. So that was kind of fun, you know, to do that. That was kind of my first brush with a celebrity. Clint Howard, Ron Howard's brother. He's that goofy looking guy.
Yeah.
I got to know him pretty well. I actually met him through politics. He's very involved in politics. We used to fly him to Nebraska to talk to senators. And then I got to know him, and then he said, I work for scale. You got a film, I'll do it. And some guys I knew were doing a film. They cast him, they cast me, and so I get to meet Clint Howard. He is a goof, but it was a lot of fun. So that was I've just had this really odd career, and that's a lot of what I wrote about. So.
Well, Kobe, in the book here, you can see when we were talking a few weeks back, though, I've got I had so many things highlighted and just underscored in here that just stuck out to me. I told you I couldn't put it down. A lot of people out there, I'm going to get in kind of a little more serious tone on this part. I didn't realize the things you went through as far as the pain that you went through. And that's something I always kind of share the listeners know at the end of the show, about pain, overcoming adversity and things of that nature. You grew up, mom ended up moving to California.
Yep.
And you mentioned that in the book. And there was a part I told you, Kobe, I was literally in tears reading parts of that to what you went. I had no idea you went through some of the things you went through. Losing a parent. Tell me what did you do with a lot of that anger? How did you exercise that anger, that pain, that hurt when mom and dad separated? Mom moves way out to California. Sis went out there. How long did she even stay out there?
A couple months. She
came back. And I can still, as you mentioned, the holes in the wall in the basement that you punched, and you kept them there just like marking your territory.
Yeah.
This is mine. I'm pissed. This is my spot. I couldn't keep this together, but dang it, this is going to be my room. How did you exercise a lot of that anger, that pain, and just those feelings, man?
So I did what I think a lot of Nebraskans do. I poured into work, right? I had this work ethic that was kind of instilled in me at a very young age.
Man, you working at a diner at how old?
Oh, like 12
years
13,
old.
Washing dishes. I poured pretty much everything into work, right? And so I knew I just had to control what I could control. And it wasn't about the money for me. It was
cathartic.
It was the effort, but it was also an escape, right? If I'm, I was more than happy. This is before all these laws about child labor and stuff like that. Work till 10 o'clock at night on a school night, 3-4 nights a week. Yeah, no problem. And so it was an escape as well. But I was able to kind of literally work my way through those things. And, I had these mothers in my life. My mother had left and kind of abandoned our family, but I had all these other mothers that were kind of stepped up.
The restaurant, what was her name?
Karen.
Then Paige, your stepmom.
Karen, Paige, my stepmother. All these women in my life just kind of popped up, and they tried to mother me, and I was a hard kid to mom. You know what I mean? I didn't make it easy.
But you appreciate it because it meant they cared.
I appreciate it now more than I did then. Back then, I just thought, well, they're just trying to keep me alive, which was probably true.
And we're talking Bassett, Nebraska.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to get back to the one to where, like I said, to where you were able to get some laws changed regarding kids and just how that became one of your things. But I want to talk about this. There was a group back out in the day when we were growing up called NWA. I can't say the name, but the N stands for with attitudes. And they were running from the popo quite often.
Yeah.
You had your own interactions of running from the popo in the book.
I did.
Tell us about that.
Well, that's another
old road number 7.
Old number 7.
Tell us about that.
Well, that was just a place that my classmates and I would go, and it was a big field north of our town, and we would go. I don't know who owned it, but we could park there. We'd turn up the music. We'd have beer. The girls would come, the guys would come.
Beer, that would be, ladies and gentlemen. Root beer.
My favorite.
Doctor.
What I found is that story is very common.
Yes.
Every time we called it old number 7. Every town had some name for this meeting place. And it was just north of town, and we weren't real smart kids, right? So we'd all kind of take off at the same time, the lights would go out of town, and
caravan of teenagers.
Teenagers, if you were, Barney Fife, you'd have known where these kids were going. Like, who's this Gilligan going out here, right? So, they followed us out. They tried to catch us, but I ran and ended up spending the night in the field, all cut up and hitting fences. But these are just stories that really kind of hardened me, shaped me. They were fun. They were really fun stories to tell in the book. But what I've really enjoyed is talking to readers who say, "Oh, we had this too.
Yeah,
we had this place." So it was kind of fun.
Folks, we're going to come back. We got one more segment with Kobe Koash because I want to hear some things too. Just a lot of the teamwork and things he had to develop later on in his career as well that helped shape and mold his career as far as that goes. And it's the same thing in sports. It's teamwork, it's communication, etc. Folks, we got former Senator Kobe Koash, author of Running Naked, Surviving the Legacy of Family in Rural Nebraska. When we come back, it's Friday, 937 A Ticket.
Get ready, Husker fans. The Big Red Preview is coming soon. Join us Saturday night, August 3rd, for an exclusive look at your Nebraska football team in action. Experience the excitement, the energy, the sights and sounds of a game day as the 2024 football season kicks off. Visit Huskers.com/tickets and bring your family, friends, and all your Big Red pride to Memorial Stadium Saturday night, August 3rd. That's Huskers.com/tickets. Brought to you by Husker Athletics and 1890 Nebraska. Winning tradition, future success.
Your business runs like a well-oiled machine. It's important that your actual machines do too. Stern is here to make sure you don't have to worry about that. They provide solutions for heavy equipment and automotive fuels, lubricants, and equipment guard options. And with Stern's commitment to customer service for the past 40 years, you know you have a partner to help support your operations for years to come. Contact Roger at Stern Company by calling 1-800-477-2744 or visit them online at stern.co. Stern Company, where problems meet solvers. Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in July. Try any of their delicious breakfast burritos or sandwiches for a great summer breakfast with the family. And don't forget, 10% of all Karma Latte sales go to the Pediatric Cancer Action Network. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl, Jordan, with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Let's talk commitment. And what better way to do that than with some shiny, sparkly jewelry? Am I right? Now, I'm not suggesting you have to rush, but if you're considering making a significant move, do your planning. We offer financing and payment plans. Lock down your selection with confidence. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Problem gambling can destroy an individual's finances, relationships, physical, and mental health. If you are a loved one or struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Liberty Law Group is committed to the defense of liberty for those accused and the pursuit of justice for those injured. Liberty Law Group's relentless trial attorneys specialize in criminal defense and personal injury law. We believe in treating every client with respect, compassion, and understanding. We know that navigating the legal system is stressful and overwhelming, but Liberty Law Group will carry that burden for you. When you're facing legal issues, make the right call. 877-42-LIBERTY. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
Riddle's Jewelry is excited to be celebrating 65 years. 65 years of so many incredible memories celebrating with each of your special moments. In celebration of the 65th Riddle's Jewelry anniversary, we will be offering up to 40% off all engagement rings and all diamond fashion jewelry. The excitement doesn't stop there. Riddle's Jewelry is also offering 18 months, 0% interest and $0 down financing on all qualifying purchases. Riddle's Jewelry has always been known for incredible customer service, one of the largest selections of engagement rings, and don't forget about the on-site jeweler. Come celebrate with us at Riddle's Jewelry, your one-stop diamond shop with exclusive Levian jewelry, Pandora Charm jewelry, and more, all at Riddle's inside Gateway Mall.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Clothes dryer not drying like it should? Could be your dryer vent.
Call Bryant for a professional cleaning. 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring your friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month. Hurry.
This deal ends soon.
See Home Club for details.
Welcome to The Drive with AD Raff and Ahman Green. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
DF, I'm just reading your Texas, man. You got me dying. You know, and you spent a little time in the dorms as well.
Shocker.
Shocker. I'm going to hop right to it. You know, Kobe, in fact, one of our unknown texter texted in too. He goes, Kobe was the only politician I had ever trusted. Unknown texter 1261, because we know you did a great job for us in the legislature. Hizzlebear says, Bassett, Nebraska, home of the only zebra-painted house in the Midwest.
That's true.
Are you serious?
Yeah, right on Main Street.
A zebra?
Yeah, it's a white house, and they painted zebra stripes not just like on one part, the whole thing around. People.
Is it an interracial couple?
The black and white?
No, AD, it's Bassett, Nebraska.
No, I don't think so.
No jungle fever going on in Bassett, Nebraska. Kobe's like, no, that's not what that represents, AD. Kobe, you've spoken in various audiences to athletes, advice on how you can give sports professionals about the importance of communication and public speaking. Because as you know, if you can't convey ideas, you're just going to be hard pressed to go anywhere. Acting, you have to be able to communicate. Yeah. In politics, that was what you had to do all the time. In sports, you've shared with me and you have shared the stage together, and we've spoken before in Omaha. How is communication and the ability to be able to convey ideas and expressions, how has that played a pivotal role for you, bro?
Well, my political career, the Nebraska unicameral, we always used to say is the marketplace of ideas, right? And that's what's really special about Nebraska. It's what's special about the unicameral. It was really
the only one.
It's the only one. It was very special to be a senator there. And in Nebraska, it's very different politically than 49 other states where where it's not the party that wins the day, it's the idea that wins the day. And it's an even playing field, and what I had to do in politics, all the success that I had, if I had any, was the ability to put out an idea and to gain a coalition around that idea, and to usher that in. And it's no different than what a good coach does,
right?
A good boss does, a good director does.
Because you got players from all over the country. Yep. They were born UNLP, polar opposite upbringings, but you're both at the University of Nebraska. And like you mentioned, it's an idea you have to get those people around.
It's the idea. And so, you kind of have to unify around the idea. And what I found was if you just take yourself out of it, if it's not, I and it's hard. Like, look, I'm a politician, a former politician. I'm an author. I'm an actor. Like, there's a lot of things that point to this guy. It's all about me. Right. And I have to check myself sometimes. My wife is excellent.
Yeah. Awesome one.
At checking myself. It's no different than athletes. People put you up, you have,
right.
And so for me, it was about steering all that away and making it the idea. And so when I speak on leadership and things like that, that's a central theme of what I talk about is let the idea win. And if you let the ego out of it, you can get somewhere sometimes.
Colby, I love when you said it's about part, it's about idea, but also I want to talk about this idea real quick before we get to the end of this thing. Colby, you worked at the Knolls for a number of years. I didn't realize that you knew up the Knolls. My kids grew up in that area. I mean, in that area, but grew up playing, golfing, swimming, all that good stuff there. The stories that you have at the Knolls are powerful as well, folks. I'm throwing a lot out there because you got to read the book. I mean, it's one you won't be able to put down. But what I thought was more intriguing was the group home you worked at. And obviously, I'm not going to name the group home or any of the kids, and you did that for the sake of protecting them. But Colby, you were working with kids, although you were running from things and you had, a tough upbringing in some aspects. Some of these kids that you were watching over this group home, you took this job of a group home. You have a degree in theater. It's like, what in the hell do I know about watching, kids from troubled backgrounds? But there's a line in there. I missed the page. I screwed it up, but I know it from my head though. You were reading there in those little red folders at night when your first shift overnight, the little red folders, correct? Yep. The red folders, you were at the kitchen table reading through all these folders. And it was saying all these descriptions of these kids, very little of them in good light. And you said a powerful line in there. You says, as I met the kids, the labels, they lived out the labels we gave them.
Yeah.
That hit me, bro.
Yeah. Well, I had these 10 boys and they all had these red books, right? And they would have everything in their life, their court history, their academic history, their family history, their medical history, everything. But it was all they were all things that define them, but none of it was in a good light. And so what would happen is, and it happened to me, and I wrote about this. I'd walk in and they say, well, this is Charles here. He's a runner. This is Donald. He's a hitter.
He'll fight. Yeah.
He's a fighter. This is Tony. He's a biter. This is Aaron, and he's a food hoarder, right? And so all these kids, they walked in and they had these labels, and so they just kind of lived up to it. If you're gonna call me a runner, watch me run.
You chased a lot of cats down, man.
Yeah, I used to chase them down. I mean, that was kind of my job. They don't do that. They, as in the broader system, doesn't treat kids in that system the same as they did. There's still a lot of elements there. That was a lot of what drove me into politics, frankly, was that element,
system,
that system. So I was working with these kids, and I was running. These kids were running, and I found out I got more in common with these kids in some ways, and it was it was very transformative to work with really vulnerable people, and it set me on a path which I was pleased it did.
Colby, this book, where can people get it at?
All right, so for your Lincoln listeners, Francie and Finch, just down
Fancy and Finch, right downtown.
Yep, right downtown. Support local. I encourage people to do that. If folks want to get it in other ways, there's lots of different ways. Just go to my website, colbycoashauthor.com.
Tell them how to spell your last name.
Coash.
And Colby, Colby, Coash. Author.com. Folks, Colby, the running part, Colby, I can't tell you how much, like I told you, I cried reading this book. I laughed hysterically, and it still has me pondering a lot of things because, as I've told you, the past 10 years, I was doing a lot of running. Did not want to deal with grief, did not want to deal with getting counseling. This book just galvanized for me in a funny, in an informative way, the importance. Eventually, you got to run to the right things. Brother, I appreciate you so much, man, Cece. We're definitely going to have you back on, folks. Again, folks, this is author Colby Coash, Running Naked, Surviving the Legacy of Family in Rural Nebraska. You got to pick it up. Again, it's at Fancy and Fitch down here downtown, or you can get it online on his website as well, ColbyCoashAuthor.com. We'll be right back, folks. It's The Drive, 937 A Ticket.
Honey, I'm so excited about the Nebraska Lottery's Lotto America Ticket Snap promotion.
Really?
Yeah. When you buy a Lotto America ticket with the All-Star bonus by August 5th and enter the voucher number online, you could win Nebraska football Skybox season tickets or other great football prizes. Oh, sorry. I keep forgetting you don't know a lot about football.
Well, the Skybox would be a great place to see whether they use the spread, shotgun, option, or I formation.
Lotto America top prize odds 1 in 26 million.
Come enjoy a show of the Midwest's best MMA on Saturday, August 10th at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. 9 fights are scheduled for the night, including professional lightweight and welterweight bouts and the main event of Donnie Bush versus Micah Washington in the professional welterweight championship bout. Doors open at 6 p.m. with first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the MMA fighters and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Problem gambling affects millions of Americans daily, of all ages and walks of life. If your loved one is struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
Play ball! Ready to unleash the fun with Salt Dogs Baseball? Join us at Haymarket Park for 50 action-packed games running through August. Stay ahead of the game by visiting saltdogs.com for updates on exciting promotions, giveaways, and events happening each week. Experience a change-up from your typical family night, or make it a Grand Slam good time with friends and coworkers.
Strike three, you're out!
Don't miss the fun happening all summer long. Visit saltdogs.com to get your tickets and unleash the fun.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Travis with Midwest Bank, now with 2 branches conveniently serving Lincoln and 8 other locations across Nebraska. We're here to help you with any of your needs. From opening a checking account to buying a home or financing your business, our staff is here for you. Stop in and you might see Shin Daddy himself. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank, member FDIC.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations, now 5 Lincoln locations. That's 25% more locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11, located right alongside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios at 1040 O Street.
Looking for a place to relax and unwind after a busy day? Cigars Lounge at 8th and Q in the Haymarket is the perfect place to enjoy good company, a cocktail, and of course a cigar. Visit Cigars Lounge on Tuesdays for Top Shelf Tuesday and enjoy 50% off select spirits. Cigars Lounge offers Perdomo, San Cristobal, Rock Patel, and more of the top stogie brands that you know and love. But that's not all. If you mention this ad between noon and 5 p.m., you'll receive 15% off your entire tab just by mentioning the ticket. Check out Cigars Lounge today at 8th and Q in the Haymarket.
Join us each Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon for Youth Football 101 with Tank Perry of the Nebraska Red Wolves of 7-on-7 football. The future of the sport depends on the foundation set at a young age. Hear those stories and more each Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back. It is Friday, last week of the month. Hard to believe that's the last Friday of the month. You know, I want to thank again my man CC, Kobe Koash, former Senator Kobe Koash. And me and Kobe, obviously, we don't talk, we don't dive into politics. Me and Kobe have had a lot of discussions over the years as far as politics and life. But the dude, you got to read his book. I can't say it enough. I'm not a memoir reader for the most part. I mean, I will, like, past people who've been gone a long time, past presidents, journals, and things like that. I like reading those. But usually it's something regarding personal, professional development, faith-based or exercise or something like that, or sports. This is the first memoir I've read in a few years, since COVID, actually. And it was a little different because I know Kobe, but Raff, got to know him in a lot of different directions, man. The dude went through a lot of pain. People could see the Kobe on TV when he was in legislature movies. They don't see a lot of the pain that dude went through. So it's just galvanized a lot of the lessons he's been through. But good stuff, man. Good stuff. Let's hear some Brad Nessler.
Yeah, let's hear some Brad Nessler. So if people didn't know who it was that we were talking about, this is him.
In trouble in the backfield, wants to throw down. He's going to go deep. And I mean deep. And I mean touchdown, Florida.
There should be one more.
Tyree Cleveland in a miracle finish. A Hail Mary that's full of grace for the Gators. To try to send it to a second overtime. Conroy, it's a fake. Bates is going to throw. Oh, touchdown! Michigan State wins it in overtime.
Yeah, so how about that? There he was, Brad Nessler.
Did he call the Iron Bowl this year then?
I want to say that this was his last Iron Bowl.
Because that last play of that game this year, that call, I bet's incredible.
Yeah. So there was, because that's the thing is I most remember him on Iron Bowls. But those were a couple of Alabama Auburn matchups. But kick six, he was talking about that on Wednesday night when we ran into him. So it was really cool. It was really
because
really
he took over for Vern Lundquist, didn't he? Once Vern hung it up.
That is correct. So
what's when you guys were at Nikki Blaine's, when he was lighting up a cigar, it's lighting up the.
No, he said, he goes,
the fat bottom Jane, fat bottom Betty.
He kept saying, he goes, I usually bring my lighter, but I didn't bring it today. Can
you imagine playing golf with him, man?
Oh my gosh.
It'd be like golfing with Jim Nance. It'd be crazy.
It was super cool. Super cool.
I love it, man. I love it. Raff, as you mentioned, before we get to RGT, we got some time, but we can dig in for a little bit. Right?
We got like 2 minutes before we got to get to break.
You guys, David Sanders is coming in.
Yeah.
Supposed to be in at what time, Nick? 5 o'clock?
I don't know. Dylan Reila said he's going to pick him up at 1:30. So
if you're at the Omaha airport, roll on up.
Yep. I love the excitement. I love how you have your current players that are recruiting potential players.
Yeah.
I love the excitement. It doesn't do it. I mean, it can't hurt you whatsoever. I love the excitement that brings. And maybe shows they show up well for him. Does that make his decision? Probably not. Does it help? Does it maybe influence it a bit? It maybe does, man.
Yeah.
Seeing that type of love that's there. You know what I'm saying? So I love the idea. I hope it comes to fruition that maybe he sways this way. They got a few others that are coming in town as well. But yeah, I would love to see a big turnout for that. But it's good excitement, Raff.
Oh, definitely. It was just cool to see. It's going to be funny to see how many people show up. I have a feeling there's going to be more people there than what they're expecting.
Well, they got the construction there, so people better be careful. No, I think I don't know. I think it's a really unique and an innovative way to peer recruit, frankly. I mean, and it works out well that he would be playing probably the left tackle position, which is sometimes a quarterback's best friend. And it helps that Nebraska's most polarizing player is their quarterback. And so I think it works out well in that regard. And I think, there's a lot of energy and high excitement for Nebraska football, as there is every year around this time. And I think it's even heightened because of Dylan Raiola being the quarterback and who he was as a recruit coming out of high school last year. So I think it's also a thing of he doesn't tweet a whole lot. Dylan Raiola doesn't tweet a whole lot.
I like that too.
And so Raff was like, I know I have his post notifications on and they never go off. But no, so when he tweeted yesterday, everybody kind of caught everybody by surprise. And number one, and number two, it was like, okay, you know what? If Dylan's tweeting about it, it must be pretty important. So even the people that don't get caught up in the recruiting rankings and the fact that he's a 5-star and one of the best offensive linemen in the class, in addition to that, it's the quarterback wants fans to do this. Well, guess what? Probably the fans are probably in some capacity, whether it's at the airport or whether it's down here at Memorial Stadium at the practice facility. In some aspect, fans are going to show up.
A few other guys that are going to be here is Isaiah Mosey, of course, the son of Coach Mosey, who just just signed on with Nebraska on their staff. It's his son. He's already committed to Oregon, but he's coming to Nebraska this weekend as well.
Yep.
6 foot 190. You got Michael Terry, the third athlete, 6'2", 211, out of San Antonio, Texas.
Which is interesting because initially Nebraska was out of his top 4. Initially, Nebraska was out of Michael Terry, the third's top 4.
Mm-hmm.
They on 3, I believe, posted something a few weeks ago about how it might have been even Michael Terry himself said something about Texas A&M, Oregon, Oregon, Ohio State, and I think Tennessee is the fourth one. Texas, excuse me. So Texas, Ohio State, Oregon, and A&M as of a couple of weeks ago. Well, over the course of Big Ten Media Days, we started hearing that A&M is fading out of that top 4. And he wanted to visit Nebraska one more time. So,
look at David Sanders. I mean, he wasn't even in Nebraska was not even in probably his top anything. And now there's talk that maybe, Nebraska could be one of his 2 choices. So, I mean, it's amazing what can happen with the trip.
Yeah, it feels like Nebraska and Tennessee are the 2 teams dueling it out. Ohio State's there for David Sanders, but it feels like Nebraska and Tennessee are potentially the 2 teams dueling it out for the 5-star offensive lineman. So
it's going to be interesting, man. It is going to be interesting.
It's a big weekend.
It is. And we already have, obviously current commits that are going to be there as well. Boomerang, the rest of those guys, but these 2 are huge. These 3, I would say.
Isaiah Mosey, he hasn't visited anywhere else as much as he's visited Nebraska. We already talked about it. He's a current Oregon commit to Dan Lanning and company. 220th player in the country, 29th best wide receiver in the country, a 4-star, according to the folks over at on3.com. So certainly would be a pretty nice get for Nebraska, especially at this stage of the offseason.
When does the football team report? Do they report on Sunday then, or when?
I don't know when they report. Fall camp would start on Wednesday, on the 31st, a month before the first game. So July 31st on that Wednesday, I believe, is when they start practice. So.
Folks, when we come back, we got the RGT in the last segment on this last Friday of July. We'll be right back on the ride. The Drive, 937 ticket.
You can get diesel anywhere, but what about Atomic Diesel? That comes from Stern. Atomic Diesel is your solution to all your cold weather problems. Prevent clogged fuel filters, increase your fuel economy, and save money with Atomic Diesel. Contact Roger at Stern today by calling 1-800-477-2744 to see how Atomic Diesel and the rest of their line of fuels and lubricants can keep your operation running at max capacity.
Riddle's Jewelry is excited to be celebrating 65 years. 65 years of so many incredible memories celebrating with each of your special moments. In celebration of the 65th Riddle's Jewelry anniversary, we will be offering up to 40% off all engagement rings and all diamond fashion jewelry. The excitement doesn't stop there. Riddle's Jewelry is also offering 18 months, 0% interest and $0 down financing on all qualifying purchases. Riddle's Jewelry has always been known for incredible customer service, one of the largest selections of engagement rings, and don't forget about the on-site jeweler. Come celebrate with us at Riddle's Jewelry, your one-stop diamond shop with exclusive Levian jewelry, Pandora Charm jewelry, and more. All at Riddle's inside Gateway Mall.
All right, it's time for Final Jeopardy. It's been a tight contest today that all comes down to this final question. No summer picnic or family get-together or trip to the lake is complete without this particular item. Let's go first to Bob.
What is beer?
No, that's not it. Think about the kids. Over to you, Farley.
What is corn on the cob?
Tough to grill that on a boat. Wrong again. Grace, this time for the win.
What is Bure's cheese spread?
We have a winner! Bure's cheese spread, available in most local grocers in Nebraska. Husker fans, get ready for another thrilling season at Hibner Stadium with the reigning Big Ten champion Nebraska soccer team. Season tickets for the 2024 season are on sale now. Don't miss your chance to support the Huskers as they go head-to-head with some of the top teams in the country, including Oklahoma State, Penn State, and Duke. Get your tickets today at huskers.com/tickets or call 1-800-8-BIG-RED. Looking for a job that feels like family? Join Lincoln Industries, where tradition meets innovation. They're a family-owned, privately held manufacturing company with a passion for excellence and a commitment to their community. They have openings on all shifts at both the main plant and air park facilities, offering flexibility to fit your schedule. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, there's a place for you there. At Lincoln Industries, they invest in their people's success, providing opportunities for growth and advancement. Apply now and become a part of something special at Lincoln Industries.
Highball Bar in downtown Lincoln is open and located just north of 11th and O Street. Highball Bar offers a vibe and atmosphere like no other, making it the perfect place to grab a drink or beverage. Highball Bar features great events such as Karaoke Sunday, $4 Tito's on Mondays, Jack Daniel's specials on Wednesdays, and much more. Make Highball Bar your go-to spot after a hard day at work or on the weekend. Highball Bar, located at 122 North 11th Street in downtown Lincoln.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations, now 5 Lincoln locations. That's 25% more locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11, located right alongside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios at 1040 O Street.
Hi, it's Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and maybe the biggest savings in the Midwest are happening right now at Koppel. When you buy a new GMC or Chevrolet anywhere else, you might be paying too much. But right now, we're going to give you over $10,000 off list or 1.9% APR on select new Chevrolets or GMCs. So please give us a shot before you buy anywhere else. Please stop in the dealership or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. Must trade and finance with Roof Credit.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks, we are back. It's Friday. Thank you for riding with us this morning. Again, want a big shout out to Nebraska Roller Derby girls, too, that were here for us. Appreciate them. No Coast Roller Derby. Again, they play. The doors open tomorrow at the Icebox at 4 p.m. The game inter-squad scrimmage kicks off at 5 p.m. There is a number of ways that you can help them with the throwback mixer mulligans as well. Want to thank former Senator Kobe Koash, CC, as I fondly call him, for coming in and talking about his amazing read. Again, if you go to kobekoashauthor.com, you can pick up your copy of Running Naked, Surviving the Legacy of Family in Rural Nebraska. where there is a zebra house, as Sizzle Bear informed us as well. And also Fancy and Fitch right here downtown. You can purchase those as well. Raff, what you got for the RGT, my man?
All right, first, we just got to let you know this segment is proudly sponsored by Florial's Italian Restaurant and Grill, just south of Lincoln Southwest High School, 14th and Pine Lake Road. Florial's Italian Restaurant provides a cozy, family-friendly setting where good food and good company come together. All you got to do is visit florialsne.com or call 402-423-5576 to make reservations or place takeout orders or get any catering that you might need. All right, now for Raff's Good Take. Raff's Good Take is proudly sponsored by Cigars Lounge, 800 Q Street. You can go on there anytime between 12 and 5 p.m. to get 15% off your tab. Just let them know you listen to The Drive at 93.7 The Ticket, and they'll get you all hooked up. Today's Raff's Good Take goes out to Rick Allen. Rick is the lead broadcaster for NBC's NASCAR on NBC. He had put up a post about a week ago when he called the Indianapolis 500, and he said he went 44 years ago as a fan, and then now this was his 10th year of calling the NASCAR race on NBC at Indy Motor Speedway. It's just cool for Rick that being from Nebraska, from Grand Island, he's never forgot his roots. He's a big into the Team Jack. I know he comes back every year and MCs that. Just a great dude who's never forgot Nebraska. So I just wanted to give Raff's Good Take out to Rick Allen, a.k.a. Rick Schwieger. So you are Raff's Good Take.
Love it, man. Love it. Folks, I didn't mention before, but 1890nebraska.com is their official NIL collective of the University of Nebraska Athletics. To make a contribution, go to 1890nebraska.com to do so, to supporting Nebraska Athletics. And David Sanders, if he comes here, so go pour some money in there this afternoon so we can have a bag secured for him.
Yeah, today when you show up to Memorial Stadium, bring the cash, bring the party.
Give me the loot. The 80 Attitude Adjustment is sponsored by Integrated Life Choices. ILC is hiring for direct support professionals all over the state of Nebraska. Full-time, part-time, days, evenings, and weekends. Help ensure meaningful life. The people you support, helping to achieve their hopes and dreams. Apply at ilc.net/careers. Guys, I came across this quote this morning and shared it on some of my socials, and I love it, man, because it makes a lot of sense. Actually, I shared this yesterday. I'm going to share it with you on the air. It says, before you argue with someone, ask yourself, is this person mentally mature enough to grasp the concept of a different perspective? Read that again. Is this person mentally mature enough to grasp the concept of a different perspective? If they're not, there's no point in arguing. Amber Veal said that. And folks, in this crazy climate that we're living in, and with sports coming up too, some people will not be talked off the ledge. My quarterback is the best. Well, let's see it from a different perspective. Nevertheless, folks, I think that's very poignant for today. Again, before you argue with someone, ask yourself, are they mentally mature to grasp a different concept? Doesn't mean they have to agree, but you at least be respectful of each other's different opinions. Raff, take us home, my man.
All right, everybody, 5:15 tonight, Memorial Stadium. Get down there. I want 25,000 there. Have a great Friday. Be nice to each other. We'll talk to you on Monday.